You know the loss. You know the uncertainty, the mystery. You know the games that our brain plays on us as we play out scenarios that haven't even happened yet. We play out fearful scenarios that could happen, maybe we feel should happen, but we don't know yet. We ask peace in the midst of the storm. We ask for a peace that passes all understanding to guard our heart and our mind in Christ Jesus. We love you, God. There's no one like you. Just in this moment, wherever you are in the world, I'm going to do something we always do at Church Home when we gather. And our vision for the future, just so you know, about 2 years ago, we started talking about church and home. Church and home. That's why we changed our name, and our passion in the future. If tomorrow, and I pray that it is true that somehow tomorrow this pandemic would be over and this disease would be obliterated. But our vision going forward is to do church in people's homes for decades and decades. Well, to be exact, I got 26 years left of pastoring the community. Then Chelsea and I are moving to Palm Springs, and I'm playing golf every day. But until then, this is our vision: church at home. Church that functions like a home, a church that can be in your home in unusual days. But days, like any other days, that have opportunity and hope because of Jesus. Here's what I want to do. Sorry, I got a little distracted. If you'd like to make a decision to receive the free gift of forgiveness that only Jesus offers this. I'm not welcoming you to a religion. I'm not asking you to subscribe to a dogma. In fact, some of you are smart enough to know, I know all of you are, that the term Christianity has been used for extraordinary abuse and injustice and manipulation and control. So instead of just saying, hey, welcome to a religion, I'm just inviting you to receive the person of Jesus. And to make a decision today that you know whom you believe. His name is Jesus. The Bible says God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him, whosoever, will not perish, but have everlasting life. If you'd like that gift that only comes from Jesus, you can't earn it, deserve it, warrant it. You just accept it and receive it. If you'd like to do that, you can do it right now. I'm going to count to 3. And I know it might sound wonky or odd, but wherever you are, even if it's your local park, you're there with a couple of friends, we're going to close our eyes all over the world. And if you would like to receive this free gift of forgiveness, I'm going to ask you to raise your hand. And I only do that because I believe when you respond on the outside to what's happening on the inside, it makes it more real to you. So I'm going to ask you to do it on the count of 3. You can close your eyes if that makes you more comfortable. Maybe it's you and your wife and kids. But let's have this moment just for a second. You know who you are. I'd like to receive the free gift of forgiveness. We begin to follow Jesus. 1, 2, 3. If that's you, just shoot up your hand. Just shoot up your hand. I don't know, just in this moment, I can imagine like 4 friends, 4 roommates, right? And y'all going to college together, and here you are in that room, and out of the 4, 3 of you raise your hand. And you're thinking, what do we do now? Well, I hope you have a meaningful conversation. Take a minute, maybe even pray together. You just made the single most important decision in human history. You have just received immortality through the free gift of Jesus. You said, Judah, it can't be that easy. I know. That's why it's so good. All the work's been done. All you do is accept it and receive it. It's incredible. I love you, Church Home. I love you in the deepest part of my soul, if I could even say it like that. In this studio right now, I can literally sense the love of Jesus. I can sense the forgiveness of Jesus. I can sense the presence of Jesus. It's hard to explain. Preachers oftentimes say stuff like that, but they don't explain it. It just feels like a joy that's inexplicable. It feels like an empathy and a warmth and a care and a love that's like just feel it in the room. Doesn't hurt that Philip's playing the piano too, so he plays pretty well. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to now transition in kind of reflective moments of worship, thinking about all that Jesus has done and that he's enough. I'm going to ask Jordan and Esther if they join me, and we're just going to sing a few songs. Welcome you to join us as we use music as a point of connection with Jesus. So let's jump in, and Chelsea and I'll come back at the end here in just a few moments. Love you, church.
We make miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness, my My God, that is who you are. You make a way out of no way. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here. You are here. Moving in your midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in me. I worship you. I worship you. I worship you. Your waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here. You are here. Touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you, Jesus. Love you, Jesus. You are here. We love you, Jesus. Touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. And you're a waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. And who could hold you? Come on. There's all before you. Silence the voice. I'll sing and pray. Heaven's all the praise of your glory. For you are reigning, Jesus. You rise again. You have no rival. You have no equal. Now and forever, God. Yours is the kingdom. Yours is the glory. Yours is the now and forever, God. Yours is the kingdom. Oh, Jesus. Yours is the glory. Yours is the name above all names. Make a way. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. God, you're so good. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God.
Thank you, Jesus.
You are good. In the morning I say, oh, good. In the evening I say, oh, good. You are good to me. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah. Oh, you are good. In the morning I say, you are good. In the evening I say, you are good. You are good to me. Oh, I sing. I will sing of your love. I will sing of your love. You're the seasons of protection. You always been there. You're the night making dark. You're the rain sees long. You will always be there. Find the sun. Oh, you are good. In the morning I say you are good. In the evening I say you are good. You are good to me. Yes, Lord. Oh, you are good. In the morning I say you are good. In the evening I say you are good. You are good to me. Keep on getting better. 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 You keep on getting better. Doing so good. Oh, oh, oh. Keep on getting better. Keep on getting better. Keep on getting better. Keep on getting better. Yeah. Keep on getting better. Keep on getting better. In the morning I say you are good. In the evening I say you are good. You are good to me.
Man, I can feel the love of God in the studio, that's for sure.
Yeah, and hopefully, I know that the love of God isn't limited to the studio where we're at, but wherever you are, God's love is so real and so forced. I know as we were singing that, by the way, I'm Chelsea, we haven't met. I am his wife.
20 years of marriage.
The good driver of the family. There needs to be one of us.
You literally asked that I would never drive you again.
Yeah.
That happened like last week.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
You can drive on long distances then.
Yeah, she said around the town, city, life, you're done driving. That's how bad it is. Anyways, I'm sorry. That's
I actually totally
people
lost.
think I exaggerate. I'm not exaggerating.
No, I kind of lost track of that, but. No, that's awesome.
You guys did awesome.
Oh, God. I know, but I love you so much. So much.
But,
It's like, hey, but yeah, God's love, it really is unstoppable. It meets you exactly where you're at. There is no limits. There's nothing that can keep any of us, not a virus, not anything that we have done can keep us from His love. And just feel that so strong.
So strong.
Really
And
good.
thanks to the musicians, thanks Jordan, Esther, Philip for being here. They've taken some effort to get to the studio today. yesterday, so it means a lot.
Hey, but if you responded to that prayer at the end, or if this is a newer experience for you,
Yeah.
we want to let you know that this doesn't have to end here. This isn't for us. It's not just about putting on a show on Instagram Live or all of the outlets that you mentioned, which we are not on. But we're actually really passionate about building community and making sure that this isn't just a good feeling that is going to leave as soon as you click on to something else, but we really believe that this is something for us to connect with each other, to take with us, and so that's really done through community. So we would love to invite you to join us on our Church Home app. It's totally free. We're not asking anything of you, but on there's pastor chat. You can talk with any of our staff pastors anytime throughout the day. There's also prayer requests and prayers every day, groups that are happening digitally to connect you with, and we really are committed to building a community that is real and genuine and leveraging whatever we need to build that community. So we'd love to invite you to join us there, and it's great.
You're great. This is unprecedented days, but at the same time, it's an opportunity for us to recognize what really matters, and that's being together and connected. And so we're passionate about making that available to small church with a lot of people and getting on the app. And there's just so many things you can do in terms of engaging with people and hopefully getting content that'll help encourage you.
Yeah. I need it every day right now.
I mean, I'm on Instagram Live multiple times a day. It could cost me my marriage.
It's borderline.
Justin,
when he gets on Instagram, like he is
costing me my marriage. I'll tell you that much.
House, not even my closet.
But have you seen how upset Haley has gotten a few times? It's encouraged me so much. Thank you, Haley.
There's not a single room I can get to in our house that I can get away from your voice. So we'll see how we do.
I went in the garage yesterday and woke people up.
You
still heard me.
Sweet Jesus. So we're working those
Be
lives
loud
out during the quarantine. But hey,
God
one
made
of the
me
things
to
I want to
be.
do,
What?
always when we gather is about a community. As a community, we talk about giving. First of all, just really practically, it is generosity and just out of the kindness and goodness of people's hearts that we're able to do what we do. But specifically in this time, I know so much of the fear that we are facing isn't just around how is this virus going to affect me, it is how is the economy going to affect me. And I read this verse this week that it just jumped out at me, and I just want to share it with you, not just to encourage you in your giving if you want to. There's never any pressure to give. It is always a free will choice, but also to encourage us, all of us around our finances. Listen to this verse. It's in 2 Corinthians chapter 8. This is written by Paul, the same man who wrote the letter that Judah preached from earlier. It says this is Paul speaking. He says, "Now friends, I want to report to you on the surprising and generous ways in which God is working on the churches in Macedonian province." Or for now, we can say the churches around the world.
Yeah.
Listen to what he says. He said, "Fierce troubles came down on the people of these churches.
Fierce troubles.
Pushing them to their very limit." And as I read this, I was so encouraged, realizing we're not the only people to have experienced fierce trials.
Right.
I know for us, this is the first time in our lifetime, in our generation, that we're experiencing this, but we're not the first in the world. And as I read this, I thought, okay, what happened to these people? There are forerunners. They were the people of faith who went before us. What did they do, even specifically with their finances, when they caught these fierce trials? Listen to this. It says, the trial exposed their true colors. They were incredibly happy, though desperately poor. And when I read that, I thought, so much of the reason we fight so much fear around our finances is we think our happiness is tied to our bank account. Or we think there's no way I could not have this much money in my bank account and still be happy. But yet these people, it says, they were incredibly happy, though desperately poor. But then listen to what happens. The pressure triggered something totally unexpected. An outpouring of pure and generous gifts. Paul said, I was there, I saw it for myself. They gave offerings of whatever they could, far more than they could afford, for the privilege of helping other people. And as I read that, I thought, that's how our predecessors responded. That's how I want to respond. I don't want to get afraid. I don't want to get stingy and isolated and think, what can I hoard? Toilet paper. I want to know, what can I give? How can I be generous? And not just out of everything that I have in my hands. So can I encourage us in a couple ways specifically for how we can be generous? First of all, if you're watching this and you're a part of a different church community, can I really encourage you to give to your home church? Maybe they aren't meeting. Maybe it's literally going back and finding your checkbook and writing a check and sticking it in the mail. Who's got
99?
Maybe your church has Venmo. I don't know. I don't think church home does. But finding a way to continue to give to your church. The truth is
We
that
have Venmo.
I know.
Oh, you didn't.